Publish 1820s, 1 December 2017. Updated 1820s, 1 December 2017. Ben Stokes has been busy training ahead of second Ashes Test, but unfortunately for his international teammates it was for New Zealand domestic side Canterbury and not England. Stokes joined in a game of touch rugby with his new teammates days after arriving in New Zealand, also learning that police had passed the investigation into September's Bristol Street brawl to the Crown prosecution service back in the UK. Stokes has been welcomed with open arms by Canterbury ahead of their 50-over game against Otago in Rangiora, with the players warming up for the match by playing touch rugby. Ben Stokes took part in an impromptu game of touch rugby with his Canterbury teammates. Stokes trained with teammates while across the Tasman Sea. England get ready for Adelaide back home, an Avon and Somerset police statement this week confirmed that a 27-year-old man suffered a fractured eye socket in the incident in Bristol that saw a 26-year-old man arrested on suspicion of causing actual bodily harm, who was later released under investigation. They also said 3 other men, aged 26, 27 and 28, all voluntarily attended police stations for interview. Stokes had arrived in New Zealand to play for Canterbury and to visit family. Stokes learned police concluded probe and handed evidence to CPS for decision over charges. The well-respected club, formed in 1877, are one of 6 major teams to play professional cricket in New Zealand. They were previously called the Wizards and last won the domestic T20 competition in 2006, twice finishing as runners-up since then. Stokes has not played a competitive match since the third one-day international against West Indies at Bristol just hours before he became involved in the brawl. But Stokes' absence is keenly felt across the Tasman Sea as Joe Root's England side attempt to claw their way back into Ashes contention after their emphatic 10-wicket defeat by hosts Australia in Brisbane last week. Stokes is greeted warmly by Canterbury teammates after arriving in New Zealand this week. The match at the revamped Adelaide Oval in the city of Spires is set to be a day-night tussle, which could suit England's bowling double act of Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad as they look to extract lateral movement from damp evening conditions. However, talisman Stokes' absence continues to be a big loss for Roots men already under the cosh after Australia went 10-up in the series. Meanwhile, former Australian Test captain Ricky Ponting has offered words of advice to Stokes, cautioning him that he will have to regain the respect of his teammates. After his game of touch rugby, Stokes then took part in a cricket net with the Canterbury team, legendary Aussie number 3 batsman, who scored 13,387 test runs in 168 matches at an average of 51.85, which included 41 centuries, was suspended by Australia as a 24-year-old after a bar brawl in 2002. Ponting was handed a suspended £2,000 fine and banned for 3 matches as punishment for his part in a nightclub brawl after being knocked out in a Sydney nightclub. He admitted a drinking problem and sought counselling, returning to become one of the greatest batsmen and captains in the history of cricket. He said it just won't be on-field stuff that he has to prove. Australian legend Ricky Ponting has said Stokes will have to regain Joe Root's trust. Above Root and his England team have been preparing for the second Ashes Test in Australia. He has to prove the off-field stuff's different. He has to show them that help's different to what he was before this incident happened. They all know what he can do on the field, and HES the heartbeat of their team, added Ponting. Whenever HES out there they all walk a bit taller. That won't change and they'll respect him as a player, but he'll have to gain the respect back from what he does off the field and what sort of person he is around the team. Sorry, we are not currently accepting comments on this article.